Hello everyone. Hello. Hope you guys had a great trading day today. I had a fantastic trading day today. I still have I'm holding a swing trade overnight. We'll see how it works out. I'll show you what I got into, show you why I got into it. I could have taken profit, but I wanted to see if I could get the bigger run, the bigger move. So we'll see if that works out. But I profited right around 3,000 today. Really good day. Really easy. So let's get right into it. Hello, I go by Metal, and this is Day Trade Options. And I hope I can help to educate you, inspire you, and help you to be a successful trader when I put out these videos. So what I do trade the Anchored LRC strategy, and I recently have started using the strategy. I guess it's been around for quite a while, and it's quite a good strategy. And so to show you how it works, I already have one open that we talked about this morning before the market opened. So before market opens, what I do every morning is I'll go in, or even the night before, but usually I'll wait until pre-market. I put in all the support and resistance levels for a huge list um, of stocks that we trade. I also provide trading charts so that we can get a visual, and I'll pop a couple over so you can see what I put in this morning. Um, this is what I put in this morning for us, and some really good. I'll show you the CrowdStrike, the one that we're on right now. This is what I put in this morning to show everyone, hey, this looks like this could be a great trade. Interestingly enough, I was already in several trades and I didn't take this one. I do believe one of my members took this. I hope more than one did, because this was probably the best move of the strat trading strategy moves of the days thus far. Jury's still out on the one that I'm in, but I'll show you exactly what I showed them, and then I'll go back to the chart to show you what actually happened. So today or yesterday, I provided this chart. This blue with the one is an inside bar, okay? And the way the strategy works, I'll try to summarize it. There's a lot of other little nuances to it, but basically, you have a large three outside candle. That's not the strategy, but this is just what happened. You have a large outside candle, which is a red candle. Then you had an inside bar. So what we're looking for is either a break of the high, which is this blue line right here, which is the 305. This is what I put in and told them, hey guys, enter at when this crosses 305, take profit, or scale out at 311.35. That's a huge profit, guys. And it worked out beautifully today. It did go up. One thing that I liked about this setup was it was already in an uptrend, and you had confluence for your weekly, monthly, yearly, all being green. You had a pullback here, you had a pullback again, you're resisting, you got below this level, you kind of had this big fat doji right in the middle. It did close below, but if you moved above this, you could pretty much be assured that you're going to get to your next. Well, this was the first target level, but the one that I was hoping to achieve was this one, and we hit it. So I'll show you what it looks like. This is on a 15-minute chart. So if I go back to a daily chart, this was what I put in. This was yesterday, right? Or this morning before market opened. It crossed over the 305. It hit first target, second target, and then I put in this line right here, and I was like, guys, this is most likely going to hit this target, and it might even reach my long LRC. This is a long LRC line. So I'm going to go back to the 15 so you can just see how clean this was. Your entry was here. You hop in, and there was no, this was one of the cleanest moves of the day. Unfortunately, I missed it. So I was in, I got it. I'll show you the one that I got into, and I'll show you the chart that I showed the group. So this is the chart that I showed the group, and it was for Goldman Sachs, and I did PLTR as well. They all had daily charts that ended yesterday. Yesterday's bar was an inside bar. What I was looking for is a move up to this target level, then hit the next target, and then possibly the next. It started, it was looking really good. It didn't quite get there. Actually, I think I'm in drawdown now. I'm down a little bit because I did get in. I entered as soon as it was moving over. So I'm a little below it right now at close. I'm not so sure what's going to happen after market. I may take a loss, but this is a swing trade, so I have it for, for a couple or a good week or two. So I'm hoping I still get at least to my first target. My stop on this is supposed to be the bottom of this bar. As you can see, that's a pretty significant drop. That would take me down to basically a max loss, of course. However, what I may do is if we get above and hold above and this turns into a support level, I will then change this 524.59 to my stop out, especially if I get a move up to like the close to the 528.80. If I get to 528.80, I may just take all the profit off the table and move on. I mean that will still be a good trade. Nowhere near as good as the CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike was absolutely perfect. Um, the next trade, PLTR. Now I'm going over the strat trades, and I'll go over my big money maker earlier that I had earlier today, and then a couple SPXs. Guys, trading the LRC strat, you can easily make a couple hundred, $300 a day on a small account. It's really not that hard. I mean, when I say a small account, you have to have enough to be able to maybe buy a couple shares around $9, $10. Let's just say SPX. So you need to be able to have probably like a $2,000 account. You don't have to have that. You can, of course, buy further out of the money and still do well and still make the same or even better percentage. However, you're not going to have the same profitable gains. So anyhow, the I'll show you how very simple it is to easily eke out profits using the Anchored LRC. Let me get to PLTR. That's the other one I wanted to look at. And then I'll show you guys, if you are interested, I'll go over what's available for the strat tomorrow. So this will be kind of a live, you'll be able to get some information for tomorrow's trading. Give me 1 second. Let me get this set up over here. If anyone's watching, hey, like, comment, give me a like, give me a comment. I'd like to know how you did today, if you traded the LRC strategy, if you traded a different strategy, were you profitable? Yeah, let me know. I'd love to hear and see it in the live stream. So that would be absolutely fantastic. I'd like to know how you did today. All right. I just needed to get that up over there. Okay. All right. PLTR. So PLTR, I actually ended up taking a small loss because the strat did not work on it. So this was one that did not work for me. There may be more to it and more of a reason for why it didn't work out. which is what I have to go do. You know, I will back test and take a look and see what actually transpired and why it did not work out. So what I want to do is set this to, I think I had this one as a 4 hour. I can go into my, why is that showing like that? I do know it's new. Hold on. Let me go into my trading charts because I put these in. PLTR. Oh, apparently I don't have PLTR. Oh, I also had Lulu. I'll take a look at Lulu too and see how well, if that did well today. So let me go back and check and see where my, maybe, maybe that's why PLTR didn't work, guys. Maybe I should not have been trading it. Let me see. Sorry, thought I would have this ready by now. Okay, so it was a 4 hour time frame. I don't know why it isn't coloring it. So let me go to my strat and, oh, that's why. So I don't know why that thing keeps turning off. Okay, so yesterday what I did is I had done some back testing and I looked at this strategy and I was looking, instead of using a daily, a weekly, or a monthly inside bar, I was checking on 4 hour inside bars. And um, so I realized there was a couple things setting up here. Now this strategy still may work. I was expecting a move to the downside. Now I went against the confluence, and that's probably why I ended with a small loss. I think I ended with like $170 loss. So it wasn't a big deal. But what I did was I got in here. Oops, I got in when this crossed right here. And I was in a tiny bit of profit for a few seconds, and then it went right up and closed back right around. It closed below the open of yesterday, or the close of yesterday and the open of yesterday. However, it failed me, and I think I know the reason is I did not focus on my confluence. So that was mistake number one. It wasn't the system, it was my mistake. So that is why this did not work out for me. Now, if we get a, what I see setting up here, guys, if you're interested in a possible future trade, I would draw these same levels that I have right here, 4507, 4438. You could probably tighten that up. Actually, you could probably get rid of that one and run a trend line like this. And if you get a break below, you can hop in, but your most probable and profitable trade will most likely be a break above 45. Okay, break and hold above 45 for the upside. That's most likely a resistance level, but I'm just using the inside bars to give me that location right now. Um, so I wanted to, let's take a look at Lululemon. I'll show you what I posted, and we can look and see what actually happened today. And this is what I gave the guys in the so this is also was a 4 hour inside bar, and I was looking to get a move up, which was a good move. I mean, it's 3 points, right? 307.65 is when your entry, when you would enter, and 310 is when you would take your first profit and then potentially trade up to 316. Excuse me. And or you, if it comes down, you could hop in puts at 305.88 and trade down to the 304.59 and then the 303 level. So let's see what Lululemon did today. I actually did not look at it today because I was just busy with other trades. Hey, good evening, Butter Biscuit Head, Butter Biscuit Head. Um, hope you had a good day today. So okay, this was a 4 hour, and let's see how this actually worked out. So this is Tuesday. This ended with a 4 hour, an inside candle yesterday, and I had either downside or upside. And as you can see, if you got in the on the break of the 305, 305.85, I think, or 88, you would have hit your target right away, and then you would have almost hit your second target. So still looking like this may continue down, possibly to the 301. Most likely going to try to go down and fill this gap. So if you're looking for an up and coming trade, the only downside to trading this is you're trading against the market strength. So pay attention. Your confluence, the only red is the week. Your daily, your weekly, your monthly, your quarterly is green, and that's just really referencing or to be used with this trading strategy. I don't typically use that for my other trading strategy, but maybe I will. I'll have to take a look and see if it really helps me to be get better trades. So back to this, I think what you could look for here is a move, definitely a move down. If you break through the 301, you're most likely going to fill this gap right here. So you got this decent sized gap. It's not a huge gap, but that would be a good downside trade scalp if you see that setting up. So if you look for another break down below, I would say below this candle, honestly, to get continuation. Because right now you have another inside bar. Um, this could be a 2-1 reversal back up to the upside. So um, that's just how, just be careful with that. To, make sure you get your move. If you get in, your stop is the high, your stop is the low, depending on which way you go with this strategy. So now I'm going to get to my LRC strategy. This is where I make my money every day. This is the most consistent trading strategy I've ever used. It's absolutely phenomenal. So right out of gates today, I made a little bit of money on a MSTR trade, and I got into an MSTR put. I ended up taking a small amount of profit. I gave back most of it because I got this big candle up. So I gave back most of my profit, but what I saw setting up absolutely was, it was my best trade of the day. I have my profits. Yeah, I made 2,590 on this trade. Now I went in a little heavier. I was in, I think it was around between $6,000 and $8,000 worth of contracts. So I think the contracts were running around $10 for the puts at the money, and I bought seven. I think I either bought seven or eight. I can't remember what I bought, but that's okay. So right out of the gates, I noticed that we already had a rejection of the 20 and the 200 right here pre-market. We had this move down. One of the members actually called it out. He's like, "Whoa, check out MSTR. It's moving below the LRC," and sure enough, it was. So I got right in. I ended up with it wasn't a huge profit by no means. It was I can't remember what the total was, but it was a small profit. I think I was up like 400 on this trade on this one move, but then I gave back majority of it. I think I only ended with like a buck 50 or something on this trade. But then I saw this happening. We came up, we hit a level right here. We hit our red LRC. You can see all of the rejections coming in on the cyan. When I saw this candle blast down through the 20 and the 200, I entered right there. I entered heavy. Um, I actually entered. I entered for a pretty good bit of, I think I was in like 4 here. And then I got this move. I took profit on this big candle down, but then I added back on this candle another 2. So I think overall I may have had 8, and then I got this huge move down to um, my long LRC line, and I ended up taking profit. I think I ended up taking profit on this candle as it was still moving down. But either way, it was just an absolutely fantastic trade. And if you're not familiar with this trading strategy, Buddha, I have several other videos uh, that explain how I trade it. But this is my anchored LRC. All of these lines. I just recently added more because they work all the way out. Um, I use the 200 EMA and the 20 EMA. The 20 basically helps me to stay in trades, or it should. I don't necessarily follow it all the time like I'm supposed to, but if you were to get into a trade and follow the 20 EMA, you will find that you will on a 2 minute. Now it in my opinion it needs to be on a 2 minute time frame. You'll find that it'll get you the majority of the move. Um, it's not always, but if you're looking at, for instance, this trade, what I try to do, especially if I get this big nasty candle, I probably would have got out. What I try to do though is I'll take the trade down. I scale out so that I'm locking in profit. I know I have tried several times to get the LRC to work on TradingView. I honestly I don't understand why it won't work, because TradingView is actually a more advanced scripting program. You can do arrays and many things on there that um, Thinkorswim can't do. It's much more limited than TradingView, but I've tried having other people that know PineScript create it, just for the traders that use TradingView, and I can't get it to work. I've tried using a paid version of ChatGPT, and I can't get that to work either. Um, I kind of got close one time, and I had it on TradingView. I think it was Metals Anchored LRC or whatever in there, but it really just didn't work. It wasn't the same. Um, it's actually phenomenal though. Maybe I don't know. You could possibly, if you like trading in TradingView, you could chart in TOS. You know, if it's something you want to really try, you can just open up a free account and use it just for the charting. I will say that I think that TOS probably has the best charting software for now. Uh, I do wish that they weren't as limited with their coding as they are, but um, in any event, yeah, the way you would, to get back to this for others that may be watching or will see this video, you you enter. I always wait for the close. Well, if you get a big move below and then you get a candle here, I'm entering here. If this goes back up and holds above and closes above the 20 and 200, then I just exit, right? Very simple, very user friendly, very safe. Um, you don't have to really think about it much. Just pay attention to your charts. I use the grids. If you're not familiar with that, I have those in my Discord as well. You can come in and grab them. I have all my indicators and everything I use in there. Um, anyway, if you were to take this trade, you write it down. You could scale out at the yellow, scale out at the green, depending on how many contracts you take, of course. Um, when this moves up, as long as you get another move, you see, by the time this moves up, you're already close to your 20. So in that case, I would probably just hold. Um, and then when you get this pushback down from the 20 and it breaks back below the yellow, that is an add, and that's exactly what I did today. I added right there, and I got this huge drop. It was absolutely fantastic. And you know, it's what we want every day, right? It's just a great easy trade. Didn't even have time to think about it. It just went. Um, but the way you trade the 20 is I will exit in the market that we've been in lately. I will exit on two greens if I'm in puts, two consecutive greens. And then what I'll do is I'll wait for the pullback and then get in on the second red move back away from the 20 EMA. I would get in right here as soon as it crosses and hold this. I would definitely probably exit on this push at the blue. Second, well, since I'm so close to the 20, I wouldn't exit this. I would just hold this one and hold until I got back up to the second green up to the 20, and this would have been my exit right here. That's just the way I use the 20 EMA. You could do this in many areas throughout the day. Since you have I do not like trading into the 200. However, if you have a big gap, no problem. You can trade into it. If you start seeing weakness, just hop out of the trade, right? But right here would have been your entry. You have a move up, a close over the long LRC, over the kind of an orangish yellow line. I enter on as I cross the close of the green, and then you since we're right at the 20, you just hold. And I would actually add at the cross of this right here. I would add on this candle as soon as it crossed this high, and just hold. Go back, go up, and you start seeing this push down. I probably would have exited right here because of course this could have came this way. It didn't, but that's just where I would have exited on the second red candle. Could have done the same thing right here. Easy trading. Hopefully you can see it. This happens every single day, and that's why we're profitable every day. I mean, we trade the same setups over and over and over, and it's just super easy. Some are cleaner than others, of course. Some are, you get in some real bad choppy trades sometimes, and that's just the way it's going to be. You don't always know which ones are going to run perfectly, but you would enter, whoops, you would enter uh, on this move right here. So you had your close, oops, can't draw, had your close on this candle. You enter on the cross, come down, you're close to the 2200, you just hold. You could add another here because you're getting confirmation. It's pushing down, right? You're below the 200. You're getting a push down off of the yellow. You can add on this candle. It gets to the green. You could scale out on the green, exit on the second green, wait, see what happens at the pullback. Does it push back over, or does it reject? Well, it rejected, and it's so easy. Just be patient, wait for it to happen. You get in here, ride down to the next LRC, scale out, second green, exit. And in reality, you don't need any more than these trades. I mean, if you get these trades, you walk away. You've done well. Don't trade anymore. That's just my opinion. Too many people overtrade. Um, so MSTR was my big trade of the day. That was a fantastic trade. Um, I did get into a couple SPX trades. It was kind of choppy today, but I still did pretty well with them. I ended up right around, I think overall $2,970 today, almost 3,000 today. And honestly, it was very simple. I did have the PLTR. I had that loss, and I may end up with a loss with Goldman Sachs, but it's literally right at the level that I bought it at. We'll see if I get the upside. It looks like a lot of other stocks moved up after market, like Meta went way up. It's at 606 right now. It's insane. Um, it didn't have it didn't have earnings. AMD and Google had earnings, so it's acting like it had earnings. It's kind of crazy. Uh, so it looks like we're going to probably have a really good, hopefully a good day tomorrow. It may be choppy again because it's moving up pre-market or after hours. So let me see if I can remember where I got in on SPX. I got in on SPX when yeah, it was the retest, right? Oops, it was the retest right here. I watched this come down, push up off of the 200, back over the 581, over the yellow LRC. I waited for it to clear the green, the 20 EMA. Once it closed here, I entered. I rode this up. I scaled out. I only bought two SPXs on this one. I scaled out there. I did not exit, although I was in really gross drawdown. I've back to almost break even at this point. And then once I got this push up, because of this, it caused me to FOMO out. I got out early, but I ended with a decent profit, enough that by the time I was finished today, I was up, like I was up 2,970 today. So really good day. Um, and you can just find these setups all the time throughout the day. I mean, look at this, and this is something also, if you're if you're a very patient trader and you're looking for like specific setups, and that you're like, okay, I'm going to wait for this to happen. Now, sometimes it doesn't happen every day, but let's say, for instance, you're going to trade SPX and you're like, man, I just want to get that one move because that's all you need, right? Um, yeah, I thought so too, but man, Meta just went up way more than it like way outdid Google. Um, I didn't think AMD had too great of a oh, was did Amazon have oh no, it was just AMD. It was AMD and Google. Actually, AMD came down. That's what's crazy. I'll go to that in a minute. Well, I'll go ahead and go to that now. Let's take a look at that. AMD actually went down a good bit. Now granted, it actually almost came back down to where it almost opened today, so it's not like a real big issue. Well, no, actually it went way down. It went down more than that. I didn't think it was that much, but yeah, look at that. So AMD just tanked, but Goog, it did pretty well. And that's why you don't play earnings, because I remember there are people in the group and another Discord today, they were talking all about how they were going to get an AMD calls, and they all did, and they're all wishing they hadn't. Yeah, yeah. Well, and this is something, a really cool thing I can point out here. Just look at this is a long LRC. I urge, if you don't use these, man, you need to. You need to use them. They are incredible. They give you bigger picture levels, and they are respected like crazy. Just look at how much this is respected, and I'll zoom out and show you what the law. And now it gets messy because I do it on a large time frame, so it gets like all over. You can see all my levels, but this is my long LRC, or I could call it I call this like my super long LRC, and this is my long LRC because I always do the most recent trend on a more of a smaller level. So this is back on 7/10 to today. So it's a 3 month, right? And this one is back quite a ways. Let me see. Change my years. Just go back 4. I don't think I went back that far, but yeah, this is in 2022 is how long this one is. Um, so starts way back in 2022. But what's really important about it is when you go into a 2 minute time frame and you're trading, or say even a 5 minute time frame, you will see candles starting to reject it, or you may see you're in a good trade, you're moving up, and you're like, okay, which level do I get out? And if you're approaching a long LRC, that's when you get out, because it's just, you may go through it, but the chances of it getting through it cleanly without a long consolidation like what happens here. Now, granted, this is a day time frame, right? So on a 2 minute, or I'll go to a 5 minute, you can see what this did on a 5 minute time frame. It just stays next to it. Um, so just something to consider. Definitely, I would say if you if you've never used them, you should use the linear regression channels, and I use a point 0.5. These are my settings. You can expand it. You could use in between these if you want to. They all work to a degree, but I've found that the point 0.5, the 5, the minus, well, I'll just go through it. It's point 0.5, 1, 1.5, and 2, and then all the negatives of those, just the reciprocal on the other side of the mean. And my pink line is the mean of my super long LRC, and you can see that's right what it's stopped on. So very important. And let's go check out Meta. Meta was man, what a beast. I wish I had got into. I don't like YOLOing, but man, that would have been, whoo boy, look at that. 570, let's just say 579, say 580, right? 580 to 606, 26 points. That's incredible, man. What a trade that would have been. And if you're trading the 20 EMA on a 2 minute, you could have got in this today on this break right here. Absolute perfect setup. You push up. Now, oh, this is something cool that I wanted to show you. So this latest LRC that I created, if you notice that your levels are super, super tight at the start of the day, because I know that some people have mentioned to me, yeah, how do you know how to trade it when like one candle goes through 3, 4, or 5? Well, that's a very, very good assessment, because I've had the same thing happen, and that's the reason the LRC gets very tight, is because pre-market had like little to no movement. And sometimes that's when you get your most explosive moves, is a burst through the LRCs. But what you can do is go into the LRC, and let's just say you're like, okay, let's do, I'm just going to hypothetical 3, 6, I'm going to go do divisible of threes, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Oops, not 186, 18. And check out how this will work. Now, the threes may not be the best. You probably twos are the best. This is still pretty solid, but let's just go back and do it again, and we'll do 2, 4, and I've actually done this a couple times during the day where it was too tight and I started moving through them, so I just went and expanded them like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and it was just absolutely perfection. I used them to trade to, and every target level, each time I hit it, I would scale out. So it's just a great way to, you can use it and expand it, and it still has absolute target validity. It's unbelievable. It's truly unbelievable. You can see where price made it all the way to the last line, which I think was 10. I believe I was 10 or 12. No, it's 12. Came back down, hit the blue line, hit the blue line, hit the blue line, finally got through it, went back to it, came down to the orange, and it just respects it. But then it just kept going. But man, what a beast. That would have been fantastic to get today. Wow. That's incredible. So we may have choppy move tomorrow. There's no telling. We'll see. Hopefully it's not too choppy. Um, and this is what I wanted to do. So I'm going to provide some of the strat trades that may be viable for the next day or so. So first off, I'm going to do the dailies. So we have Disney setting up. Disney is an inside bar. So what we would look at on Disney is zoom out. So Disney's kind of in a downtrend. This looks like, if you want to consider it, a bear flag to me, right? I would say this is a bear flag on this downtrend. Moving down, pulling up, we're waiting for this to break this trend. So I think I would say that your best move on Disney, and well, what's interesting is this uptrend has created a confluence for everything being in an upward movement. So I guess you could look at going both ways. I still believe that this probably has room to the downside. It looks like a big head and shoulders setting up, right? That's if it gets down here, but we'll see if this gets down. It may have just been a fake out head and shoulders. Huge gap up there filled. This hasn't been filled. But let's go and zoom in on today and how this should be played. It actually looks like it's setting up as a possible. This is just a downside, a reversal for more upside. So I kind of agree with the confluence. No telling, but the cool thing about this strat is you can take it based on down or up. That's your decision, right? So you can take this. Now your first target is here, so it's going to be a very tight target. Let me see something. I think I have more than one strategy in here. I did. And let me go to, okay, I'm on the day. Don't use manual time frame. Okay, so interesting, we've had two back-to-back daily bars, inside bars. So we had an inside bar here, because this is an outside bar. There's an inside bar and inside bar. So what we can look for is, this is a broadening pattern that's set up. Let me go to a 15-minute, maybe that'll show it a little better. So what we have is a pattern that is setting up. It's called a broadening pattern, where your price is actually pushing. It'll push to these levels, up to here, come back down to here. So a great trade would be a move up above this broadening pattern. Oops, up above that trend line, I should say. Let me see if I can get this. It's not a lot of a move, but it's some. So if you get a break of this level here, what is going on? If you get a break of this level, then I would say you want to look for a trade up to this, and you can just go into 15-minute and mark this broadening pattern if you like, the broadening trend lines. But if you get a break to the downside, you also have a move all the way to the broadening pattern, the other side of the broadening pattern. And the way these patterns can be used is you wait for the trade to get to them. Don't trade into them. So let's just say this is resistance. If you see a resistance line here, but your broadening line is here, it's not very smart to trade into that. It's actually smarter to wait for it to get to it and see if you get a rejection off of it, and take an entry for the move back to, now it's more of a swing trade back to the, now this is fractal, so you can use this in a, you can use it on smaller time frames, but you just have to, you don't have as big of targets, but you could scalp on smaller time frames. So let me go back to the daily time frame, and we'll look at the potential trade that you may have here for Disney. So Disney, you have something funky is going on. I keep going back and having to change this in the settings, and it keeps changing on me. I set as default. I save it each time, so let me just save it real quick since I just went through that again. Okay, so here's you don't really have a huge move on this. You have from 96.69 to 96.85, 20 cent move, but your next target is going to be most likely this candle or this candle or that candle. So if you get the move, you can set yourself up for several target levels to the upside. Same thing with the down. If you get a move, if you get a cross of this level tomorrow, this would be your first target level. Your next target level is all the way down here at this 3 bar. That's an incredible move. So that's what you want, right? That's the one you want to get. So the next trade I will see is BMY. BMY's kind of been sideways, but it also had an overall upside move. Your confluence is all upside. If you get a break above, once again, this is a very tight target level. They always target, or this strategy, you should always target the high of the candle or the previous candle. So you don't have really barely even have a target level. So if you did get in this on a what is it, a 2-1-2 move, I would say you get in, be prepared to exit, but use the this high candle as your target, which would be 52.90. So that'll give you a good, and then also the next target would be 53.41. So that could turn out to be a really great, a decent trade. The next one on the daily is 3M. 3M also looks like a nice little pullback and blast. So you've got your pullback already, your 2-2 move reversal. Now you're actually, let's see, you have 130. So you don't have you got a 60 cent target. However, this one you definitely would, trade to the next target or even the next target, which is way up here. This could be a great trade. I may look at hopping in this one tomorrow if we get this move. So I will come back in a minute and I will mark this up and I'll show you how I mark it. TOS has a cool, if you right click, you can create alert withdrawing. And then all you have to do is say, hey, does it cross up? When do I want the alert? If it crosses above, and then you pick your alert. I use custom alerts. Right now I'm in a different workspace, so I don't have my custom alert showing. So I'll redo this in my other workspace. But I will leave that on there so I can come back and mark it. So I am looking for this to move up. I think we may get a pretty good move on 3M. So we have Schwab, Oracle. I haven't really traded any of these much lately. Let's see, a lot of trend lines for Oracle. So it looks like Oracle's pulling back, coming back to a support level. If you get a move back above the 174 level, I would definitely target the 176.36 or 176. What is it exactly? 170. I mean, you don't have to be exact, but 176.29 would be your next target. So I will definitely put Oracle on my in my options tomorrow to keep an eye on. And ASTS, same thing. It has a broadening pattern. I've already kind of looked at this. you can see it came down, hit it. If you look at this on a 2-minute chart, you'll be able to see how much these broadening patterns actually can matter. If you get in here, you hold till you get to the other side. I mean, this happened actually in one day. That was a pretty significant move for ASTS. Came all the way back down to it, back down, held here, and is slowly grinding back up. It may fail this, who knows, but you could definitely look for a break and a move back up to that side or back down to the broadening trend line. That's all I have really for other than Bitcoin. For you crypto traders, Bitcoin says it's showing a daily, um, but it doesn't show a daily on mine, so I don't know why that's showing. Something's up with that. Charles Schwab is the other one that is on a daily inside bar. It's had 2 back-to-back inside bars. So you could also take a trade to the upside off of this 72.58, 72.91. And let's see, I think that's it. Outside of that, you could look for, there is a couple 1 hours. BlackRock, Dow Jones, and Tesla. No, BlackRock. See, BlackRock is on the 1 hour. Of course, it's not going to show it, but so anyhow, that is all I have for the strat, unless you do the weekly. And you know, the people that trade this, these things keep giving me alerts. Amazon, great move, but that one's probably long gone. We'll have to look for some pullbacks tomorrow. This is your inside candle. Your target level is here on the weekly. That's pretty significant, right? That's from 190.83 to 195.50. And if you break below, you've got the 187.72. Next target level is 183.69. But your confluence is to the upside. So if you're interested in getting into the trade, you really want it to cross above, because that's going to be your better trade. Netflix also on the weekly has been pretty strong. Look at this move. It's just been very, very strong. What I'm noticing is it's staying within the channels of the long LRC. It would be really nice to get a pullback down to this level for the next move up, honestly. So I'll probably look at that. I think I'm going to wrap this up though. I didn't want to get too long-winded with this, but if you guys are interested in learning these strategies, you can come to the Discord. The link is in the description. And also, if you don't mind, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos as I put them out. And anyhow, I hope you guys had a great day. Hope you had a good day trading. And my advice to you on your trades is just, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Don't go crazy with all these wacky indicators and everything. Just keep it simple. Trade price action. Manage your risk. Don't over leverage, and you'll be fine and you'll be successful. You just have to, that's the key to trading. If you get into a trade and you know that you feel fine and comfortable with that loss, then you're trading the proper amount of money, and that's going to help you to be a much more successful trader. So anyhow, man, I hope you guys had a great day. I will see you tomorrow. And I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Oh, I didn't even see you put that in. I don't even know when that came in. Are you still in, Butka? Or I'm sorry, Biscuit Head, are you still in? Let me check. RKLB. I had something covering up the chat. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, RKLB. It's on a weekly, wow. I must have had some news. Let me go check it on a daily. I know what I'll do. I'll go to my strat and okay, good. So now it will show me what the latest. So that was the daily inside bar. You're consolidating right now, so that looks good. You have a 15-minute inside bar. This could be a good trade to the back to the upside. So you can see you're getting a pullback right here. And now I'm using the 15-minute inside bar, and I'll take a look at this on my LRC too and see how that worked out. But what I would look for tomorrow is a move above the 1146. Soon as you get that move, that would be your entry, and your first target would be 1153. And of course, then the next high, which I don't know what that was, but it was, I have to get out of that program. That high was 1158. So you could definitely trade to there. If you get a breakdown, then I would just trade levels. You are in a broadening formation to a degree, so really move down could be juicy. Like if you get that move down, yeah, I'll have to look into it. I have not heard about it before. So I want to see it on the LRC chart. Oh, I don't know what that just put in. That was weird. Oh yeah. Wow. Yep, pretty strong. You could have traded this. It would have been a slow grind, but you would have got your move all the way down the 20 EMA today. Could have got in here, your push up to the 200, scale out at every LRC level, look at the consolidation. Oh, this is, I think I got sidetracked earlier, but this is what I was going to show you. If you're looking to have really easy trade setups that are very consistent, I will just show you this is what you want to look for. We trade this every day, especially with SPX because it's so lucrative. Um, Whenever you have a stock and you put up the LRCs, you don't have to have the LRCs, but what's good about the LRCs is they actually show you good, um, basically landing zones, consolidation zones. Once they get to this level, I always just tell the guys in the group, I'm like, hey guys, pay attention. Watch AMD, watch Amazon or whatever. It's consolidating along the LRC, and I always tell them like just draw a box around your consolidation. As soon as you break it one way or the other, you get in, and every single time it's profitable. I would say probably 9.5 times out of 10 we end up making decent profit. We get decent moves when you get this much consolidation. You usually get pretty good explosions, which this had a pretty good percentage-wise, a pretty good move for this stock. Same thing, you kind of had it happening here. You're stuck in between these two. You're consolidating. You draw a box. Soon as you break the highs of these you enter. You're getting in above the 20, you're getting in above the LRC, you're getting in above the 200, and look at that move. Just fantastic move. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at this stock. That looks like a good one that you could trade with shares. Very cool. And it moved very well today. Was this based off of news? Okay, very cool. Yeah, I'll definitely I'll put this in my watch list and just keep an eye on it. It'd be nice to get into one, maybe one to actually just invest in. I'll do some research on it. But anyway, well, thanks for stopping by. I will I will see you on the next video. I'm gonna call it a night. I'm getting tired. So hope you have a good day tomorrow. Good night.